Alright, so we got the 1042 spoilers, and this chapter is going to be just as good, if not better, than the previous chapter. Once we get through these spoilers, I'm going to talk about 1043, the next chapter, because that's going to be like molten lava, but let's get into just these spoilers. Title of the chapter is Winners Need No Excuse. On the cover page, we see Oven carrying Vin Smoke's book to Whole Cake Island. X-Drake versus CP0 boss. Drake stabs CP0 boss, who then turns and hits Drake's throat with a Shigan, which is like the finger pistol. Alright, so let's talk about what set this up in the previous chapter. So we saw Izo was surprisingly able to take out one of the other CP0 members, the big tall one with the tribal-esque mask. It's revealed that his name was Maha, but of course the CP0 boss, he winds up getting a call saying that the Gorosei wants him to immediately take out Luffy, and that's being touched on, and we'll get to that. But as he's getting that call, we see X-Drake get up, who was seemingly defeated by this individual a couple chapters back, because even he himself says, I can't die with nothing to show for it. And that brings us to this, where I guess he's not showing anything for it, at least yet. Because while he is getting finger pistoled in the throat by, maybe the strongest CP0 member, not really sure about that, but him defeating X-Drake will make more sense as we go on. The rest is Luffy versus Kaido. We see 3 new Kaido's drunk modes. Alright, so let's take a step back to the previous chapter once again and touch on the development of Luffy versus Kaido, which is leading us to this. So after both Luffy and Kaido were made aware that Big Mom was defeated by Kid and Law, Kaido started to go into his drunken, sad rage mode again. But then we also got that flashback of 24-year-old Big Mom talking to 15-year-old Kaido, basically saying don't trust rocks because, in my opinion, he's Blackbeard's dad, and like father, like son. And after he remembers that, he's like, just after we swore an oath to claim the One Piece together, but Luffy's like, nah, I don't got time for this, and he just sneaks Kaido while in Gear 4 Snake Man, by the way, and he reveals his new move, the Gomu Gomu no Hydra, and he's just leveling Kaido with this. Like, Kaido can't even comprehend where these punches are coming from. And that was like where the chapter ended, with Luffy saying, I'm gonna drive you out of Wano if it's the last thing I do, which he's probably going to do, but these spoilers kind of put a wrench into that, because going further it says Luffy changes to Bound Man and uses a new attack called Gomu Gomu no Over Kangun. Your guess is as good as mine what this is. I mean, we obviously all know what the Kangun is, so it could just be like an in-betweener of the Kong Gun and the King Kong Gun, or maybe it just straight up surpasses the King Kong Gun and it's like an even bigger version of that. Or maybe it's like a King Kong version of the Kong organ. I mean, why not at this point? It's freaking Kaido, and we're ostensibly at the end of the arc at this point. Kaido uses a new attack too, called Ryo Hake. Kaido's attacks aren't really that too different and special, to be honest. It's kind of just big hits, so maybe it's just that, but I'm probably just gonna look like an idiot saying that, because maybe this is gonna be like one of his most different and distinguished attacks at this point. I don't know. At the end of the chapter, CP0 boss appears and Luffy gets distracted and Kaido brutally hits Luffy. Kaido is completely shocked. His expression is heartbreaking when he sees that the same thing that happened with Odin has happened again. Okay, so first of all, what had happened with Odin, which was revealed in the flashback, was after Odin basically proved that he was superior to Kaido, I guess. I mean, it was implied at least, because like as soon as they started fighting, he instantly gave him the X-shaped scar, but he was like in his full dragon form. Then randomly we see one of the beast pirates holding Momonosuke, and this catches the attention of Odin, and that one split second of hesitation. As the Dragon Ball fandom loves to say, his guard was down. Kaido lops him in the back of the head, and he's pretty much down for the count at that point. But then it's revealed that it wasn't Momonosuke. It was Higurashi using the Mane Mane no Mi. And then Kaido gave this look that said many things. Like there's some regret in there, but then there's also some like, I'll take what I can get, because, a battle between pirates is a matter of life and death. There is no such thing as playing dirty. But history is repeating itself here as we're seeing Kaido is getting the illegitimate victory, or is he, over Luffy. Now, of course he's not. Luffy isn't going to lose here, don't worry. What I'm thinking is going to happen with the CP0 boss is X-Drake, I'm hoping, is going to come up at the last second and he's going to be like, call an ambulance, but not for me. And then, you know, gets his redemption there, and then he actually does something like what he said he wanted to do. However, I'm unsure if X-Drake will like completely defeat the CP0 boss, because I do think he kind of needs to see Luffy awaken his devil fruit so that he can like relay it back to the Gorosei, because once they find that out, then I'm assuming there's going to be a huge paradigm shift in the series, because then they absolutely know for sure that Luffy is in fact Joy Boy, aka the reincarnation of Sun God Nika, which is like the antichrist to Emu and her entire big scheme that's going on right now, but I'll get into that. I also don't think X-Drake is going to die. Talked about this many times before, but I'm pretty sure all of the supernovas are going to live because they're all going to be present in the final arc at Laugh Tale. But anyway, this is bringing us to chapter 1043. And you might have heard me talk about this in one of my videos a couple weeks ago, but chapter 1043 is allegedly going to be the chapter where Luffy reveals his devil fruit awakening. Because as we talked about as well, Oda kind of hides details of what's going to happen in a chapter in the number of it, because 10 is Ju, 4 is Shi, and 3 is me. Jushi no Mi, resin fruit. And I've said this before also, but there's no way I could have known this without Uteron. He is the one above all One Piece YouTubers, and you should absolutely subscribe to him. But like I said, he is our inside man. He can give us all of this crazy insight into the story through the Japanese wordplay of Oda, something that a dumb American like me would never really have any insight to, because I haven't taken the time to learn Japanese. But now I'm more convinced than ever that this is likely going to be the reveal of that, because, you know, the setup that we're seeing at the end here. And the Jushi Mi, or resin fruit, is allegedly what the true name of the rubber fruit is, and which is why the world government, aka Emu, changed the name of it, because it originally belonged to Joy Boy. That's why they said a couple chapters back it hasn't awakened in centuries, meaning the rubber fruit, the amber resin, aka oil, or whatever they're going to call it, that hasn't awakened yet. And Luffy is going to awaken it, and I guess he'll know the true name of it possibly at that point, unless Oda has retconned that. And of course, he's going to use this to defeat Kaido, such as Kid and Law used their awakenings to defeat Big Mom. Hey, if you made it this far, maybe you'd be interested in following me on Instagram. I'm going to switch over to using that platform more so than just YouTube at this point. I'll be posting like stories and other, you know, stupid pictures or whatever. So yeah, if you're interested in that, check it out. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video today, guys. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you liked the video, please give it a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.